Sigmas, let's be real. Why does it seem like Sigma males ignore women? Is it arrogance? Indifference? Or is there a deeper truth that most people refuse to acknowledge? What if I told you that Sigma males don't ignore women out of hatred or superiority complex, but because they see the game for what it really is? What if their silence speaks volumes more than words ever could? Imagine this. You're sitting in a coffee shop, minding your own business, lost in thought. A woman sits across from you, throwing glances your way, trying to get your attention. The average man might take the bait, engage in small talk, try to impress. But not you. You remain unmoved, unfazed, not because you're uninterested, but because you know what's at play. Your mind is focused on things beyond fleeting interactions. You are the enigma, the man who walks alone but is never lonely. Sigma males ignore women not because they don't value them, but because they refuse to be distracted by what doesn't align with their purpose. They understand that attachment without substance leads to emptiness. As Carl Jung once said, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. And Sigmas don't seek validation through relationships, they seek meaning. Now let's dive into the brutal truths behind why Sigma males ignore women. 1. Sigmas prioritize purpose over pleasure. A Sigma male's mindset is built on long-term vision, not fleeting pleasures. He understands that instant gratification, whether through social media validation, casual relationships, or material excess, only provides a short-lived dopamine spike. True fulfillment for him comes from mastering his craft, achieving his goals, and growing into the highest version of himself. This is what sets him apart from the masses, who are often caught in an endless cycle of seeking approval and indulging in distractions. Psychologists refer to this as delayed gratification, the ability to resist short-term temptations in pursuit of long-term rewards. Studies such as the famous Stanford marshmallow experiment show that those who master this skill achieve greater success in life. Sigmas embody this principle effortlessly. While others chase temporary pleasure, a Sigma builds. He invests his time in developing his mind, his wealth, and his personal empire, understanding that patience and persistence always outweigh quick rewards. Women may enter his life, but they do not define it. Unlike the alpha, who thrives on dominance and external validation, or the beta, who seeks acceptance, the Sigma is self-contained. His value does not come from others' approval, but from his own self-mastery. Ironically, this very trait makes him irresistible. His detachment from a need for validation exudes confidence, mystery, and a sense of challenge. A Sigma male's greatest pursuit is not romance, status, or fleeting pleasures, it's his own evolution. And in a world obsessed with the temporary, he remains a man of permanence. 2. Sigma males are immune to emotional manipulation. A Sigma male is not easily swayed by emotional manipulation because he operates on a different level of awareness. He understands human psychology deeply, often better than those who attempt to play games with him. Unlike the average man who might chase validation or seek approval, the Sigma is wired for self-sufficiency. His attention is valuable, and he doesn't dispense it recklessly. In the modern dating landscape, many women are conditioned, either socially or biologically, to test a man's resolve. These tests, often referred to as shit tests in psychological and dating circles, serve a subconscious purpose: to gauge a man's confidence, emotional stability, and self-worth. A weak man crumbles under the pressure, eager to prove himself. A Sigma, on the other hand, remains unbothered. He recognizes these behaviors for what they are, attempts to control his emotional state, and refuses to engage. What sets a Sigma apart is his ability to hold his frame. While an alpha might assert dominance aggressively, a Sigma exerts silent control through non-reactivity. He doesn't need to play games because he sees through them. This makes him a puzzle, one that's frustrating yet irresistibly intriguing. Women may not understand why they're drawn to him, but it's precisely his emotional discipline and mystery that command their respect. In a world where attention is currency, a Sigma male is the equivalent of an exclusive asset, rare, valuable, and never desperate. 3. Sigmas see through superficiality. Sigmas are drawn to intelligence, authenticity, and emotional depth. They see through facades and recognize when someone is merely putting on an act to impress. To them, a connection without intellectual substance is like an empty book, visually appealing, perhaps, but ultimately meaningless. They crave conversations that challenge them, perspectives that broaden their thinking, and partners who stimulate their minds rather than just their senses. This is why Sigmas often come across as indifferent to women who rely solely on their looks to attract attention. If there's no depth beneath the surface, they simply won't engage. A woman who can hold a meaningful discussion, express her unique insights, and carry herself with confidence is far more captivating to a Sigma than one who merely conforms to societal beauty standards. Interestingly, this trait is rooted in psychology. Studies suggest that highly intelligent individuals, like Sigmas, prioritize meaningful interactions over social validation. They are wired to seek intellectual compatibility rather than momentary pleasure. This explains why they can effortlessly ignore someone they find shallow, regardless of how conventionally attractive they may be. For Sigmas, beauty is not about what meets the eye, it's about what captivates the mind. For Sigmas are selective about their energy. A Sigma male treats his energy like a finite resource because it is. While many people scatter their attention across fleeting social interactions and shallow engagements, a Sigma operates with precision, directing his focus only toward what truly matters. This isn't just about being selective. It's about recognizing that every conversation, every emotional investment, and every relationship demands something in return: time, effort, and mental bandwidth. This is why a Sigma male avoids mindless flirting or pointless dating. Unlike those who seek external validation through constant romantic pursuits, he understands that real fulfillment comes from within. His priority isn't temporary pleasure, but long-term growth. Studies in psychology highlight that high self-awareness and introspection lead to greater life satisfaction, qualities deeply embedded in the Sigma's nature. He doesn't just interact for the sake of it, he engages with intention. Rather than wasting energy on relationships that don't align with his vision, the Sigma male channels it into mastering his craft, building his financial independence, and strengthening his mental resilience. This disciplined approach allows him to remain mentally sharp and emotionally unburdened. In a world where distractions are endless, the Sigma male's ability to safeguard his energy is his greatest advantage. He sees every interaction as an exchange and refuses to engage in anything that doesn't add value to his life. This isn't arrogance, it's strategy. And in doing so, he ensures that when he does invest in someone, it's meaningful, intentional, and built to last. 5. Sigmas refuse to chase validation. In the modern dating arena, where social media validation and attention-seeking behaviors dictate the rules, a Sigma male operates on a completely different frequency. He's not interested in playing the game, he walks away from it entirely. Most men, consciously or unconsciously, engage in competitive dating behaviors, flexing status, showcasing wealth, or trying to outshine rivals to win a woman's approval. But a Sigma male? He rejects the notion that his worth is tied to external validation. He doesn't see women as prizes to be won or relationships as status symbols. Instead, he prioritizes authentic connections built on mutual respect and genuine compatibility. This mindset is both perplexing and intriguing to many women. Accustomed to men vying for their attention, they often misinterpret a Sigma's lack of pursuit as disinterest or arrogance. In reality, his detachment is a reflection of deep self-sufficiency. He doesn't chase not because he looks down on women, but because he values his energy and refuses to engage in superficial power struggles. Psychologically, this creates a paradox. The more a Sigma male removes himself from the typical dating dynamics, the more attractive he becomes. His independence forces people to confront their own insecurities. Why does his lack of validation feel unsettling? Why does his indifference seem so powerful? Unlike the average man, the Sigma male does not seek approval, he inspires self-reflection. And in a world obsessed with being desired, that makes him truly rare. 6. Sigmas value independence over attachment. A Sigma male's approach to relationships is fundamentally different from that of the average man. While society often glorifies the pursuit of companionship, a Sigma sees it as an optional addition to an already fulfilling life, not a necessity. This mindset is rooted in his deep understanding of self-sufficiency. Unlike those who fear solitude, he embraces it, using it as a tool for self-discovery, personal growth, and strategic thinking. Psychologists describe self-sufficiency as a key trait of high-functioning individuals. Studies show that those who are comfortable alone tend to have higher emotional intelligence and stronger decision-making abilities. A Sigma male embodies this concept fully. His independence isn't a defensive mechanism, it's a carefully cultivated way of life. He has no desire to chase validation or conform to societal expectations of relationships. This is why women often misinterpret his behavior. When a Sigma appears to ignore them, it's not about arrogance or disinterest, it's about focus. He operates on priorities, and unless a relationship aligns with his values and lifestyle, he sees no reason to pursue it. To him, a relationship should complement his freedom, not restrict it. This refusal to settle makes him both intriguing and intimidating. Women accustomed to men seeking their attention are often caught off guard by his indifference. Ironically, this only amplifies his allure. The harder he is to capture, the more mysterious he becomes. But for a Sigma, attraction has little influence over his core principles. His freedom remains non-negotiable. Having said this, Sigmas, never let society guilt you into believing that your indifference is a flaw. Your path is different. Your energy is valuable. And your focus is your greatest asset. If you resonate with this mindset, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Join this community of Sigmas who embrace the power of self-mastery, independence, and purpose-driven living. Until next time, stay sharp, stay focused, and never lose sight of your mission.